None of us really know each other, but we were all in the same place when Billy found those coins.
What is that?
Do you feel weird?
We're strong.
Insanely strong.
The answer to what is happening to you is here. You five are the Power Rangers. Any other questions?
Are we more like Iron Man or Spider-Man?
Could you just say something? Anything.
Me and 4 kids found a spaceship buried underground.
Whoa!
Pretty sure I'm a superhero.
What?
Guys?
5 little rangers.
How cute.
Okay, now that's cool.
Let's go!
Yeah! Power Rangers!
Power Rangers, rated PG-13, in theaters March 24th.
Man, guys, keep it going.
All the phones, look.
What's up? Thank you. They got
2017, look
Yeah.
at all these phones out.
2 phones.
What can I say?
Wouldn't it be weird if they didn't have them out at this point, though, right? It'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'd be like,
true.
guys, please, can you take a picture of me? No.
Exactly. Guys, congratulations on the film. I got a chance to see it on Friday, and I'm just bragging about that because it is awesome. It is tons of fun. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved. Tell us about the moment you got the call that you were going to be a Power Ranger. We'll run down the line. You want to start?
Start. Bex, you go.
There we go.
Okay, sure. I was on tour when the whole audition came about, and I didn't know that it was for Power Rangers. I was the last to get casted, and the sides that came my way for the self-tape didn't say anything about training, didn't say anything about Power Rangers. So when I found out that it was Lionsgate and it was all the head of casting for the Power Rangers movie that saw my self-tape, I freaked out, made it to the final casting, and that's when I met Dean, the director. And we just kind of like clicked. It was something really interesting hearing his vision for Power Rangers movie. It was very different than how I had remembered it as a kid, which made me very excited as an actress because I'm super new to it and I wanted to do something different. And yeah, when I got the call, I was like, okay, this is either the call of like, thanks so much for your time, but you suck and you're not right for the role, or the call that's gonna change my life. And it changed my life because now I have these amazing friends for life and movie to look back on that I'm really proud of, so yeah.
Very, very cool. Dacre?
Yeah, I was in back home in Australia, and I was finishing university, and I kind of got a call on a Friday morning, can you be in LA tomorrow? And I hadn't auditioned. I had a tape, an audition tape that was flying around, and the casting director had seen it, and I landed in LA on Saturday, tested on Sunday, and then they announced that I had the role on Monday morning. So
This guy.
it's kind of a crazy turnaround. Super
Has it
blessed.
all.
Yeah, it was good.
I was in London at the time. I was shooting another film, and they called me while I was in Just Chill Out.
I'm ready to pick it up. He's about to drop a name.
I was-
Who was the film with, RJ? Who was in the movie?
RJ Cyler was in the movie.
Wait, man, I'll put that name up. There you go.
And so I did my audition tape. Emery Cohen helped me do it, and we were both like, all right, that's cool. In my mind, I was like, yeah, that sucked. But and so I sent it to my managers, and they was like, oh, they like it. I was like, all right. And so then I waited, and then Dean called me, and we talked about it, his vision and my vision on the character and situations. And then he called me back and was like, well, RJ, and this is my Dean rendition. It's really good. Like it. Yeah. RJ, I would like for you to join us on this project as the Blue Power Ranger. And I kept it together, right, on the phone, because it's almost like the girl of your dreams saying she likes you, right? You want to keep it cool. Yeah. And so I kept it calm, copacetic, real together. And then I hung up the phone and I lost my mind. I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I broke like 3 glasses that night. I screamed, and then I called my mama, and she was like, stop screaming in my ear. I was like, look, mama, I'm going to be a Power Ranger. And she was like, that's so weird. What are you talking about? I was like, no, for real, I'm going to be a Power Ranger.
She's like, RJ, what are you drinking?
Yeah, she literally was like, that's so weird. Boy, you're a grown man. Stop dressing up as a Power Ranger. But now she's happy.
I was in London, not working, just a unemployed actress. No, sad me. What?
This story is incredible. Your self-tape, you have to tell them.
Oh, right, yeah. So when I self-tape, I self-taping, for anyone that doesn't know. So you do the audition with yourself, and I play the other parts, and then I leave gaps in like the recording. So I actually played all the Power Rangers in my audition, and like, but to the point where like I would play like Jason, and I'd do like a really low, like a man, like I'd be like, hey, like I don't know. That's not how you sound, but I mean.
And that's how it turned.
Yeah, that's how it turned out. He stole my rendition of Jason. And then like for the other girls, I'd be like really high, and like so I did all the things, but it worked. And apparently, casting didn't know. They thought there were different people in the room. And then I found out on Instagram that I got the role.
I'm going to ask real quick before we get to you, Ludi. I'm going to ask the question that the internet demands the answer to: is where's that tape with you doing all the voices?
It is safely on my computer, never to be seen. But no,
Dun, dun, dun.
one day.
Fair enough. Even just the recording of you doing everyone's voice.
I mean, it's probably really embarrassing if I look back now. I don't know, man. But it worked. I'm here, innit?
Yeah, did the job.
Fair enough.
Got the job, guys. I got the
Certainly
job.
did. Certainly did.
Go on, Ludi.
Well, I was in Malaysia. I was actually I drove from Malaysia to Singapore, sitting in the cafe when I got the casting request, and my friend actually helped me tape it in like this broom closet with her iPhone, and I knew there's some magic there because Michelle, who helped me tape, she's usually really critical about everything that I do, and this time she was like, "Yeah, that'll do." So then I sent the tape over, and now I'm back in Beijing and had a Skype conversation with Dean. And then we did like an audition on Skype. But the whole time I was mesmerized because she's got all these Power Rangers designs on the back wall. You know, he's sitting in his office. So I think I just overwhelmed him with my like nerdiness about Power Rangers, about the Zords. I was going insane. Like these suits just looked amazing. I was asking him all these questions, right? So I think he was impressed by my database of Power Ranger knowledge. And then, you know, the acting was secondary. So then I found out a little bit later I got the role, and I told my mom about it. She's in Vancouver at the time. So I told her that, you know, I got casted in Power Rangers, and she's like, "Oh, that's cartoon you watch, right?" I'm like, "No, Mom, there's some people in it. I'm one of them, and I'm the Black Ranger." And she's like, "Oh, black? Bad guy?" I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure he's a good guy." He's like, "Oh, black? Why black? Always black."
Dang.
No, black.
What? What?
Black suit.
Don't worry, RJ. You've met my mom. She loves you.
Yeah, she is. That's like another mom to me. I'm just playing, y'all.
You know, and to that end, talking about like his mom, is your mom saying you have friends for life? There's a great sort of campfire bonding moment in the film that feels, it's like a really sweet time where you guys kind of get to know each other and come together. Was there that type of moment behind the camera? Was there a moment where you first met, you all got together, maybe not literally sat around a bonfire, but if so, bonus points?
Well, it was a lamp, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, but Dacre was definitely the captain when it came to, you know, bringing stuff together or having these ideas. He had the idea to have an impromptu table read at my house in Vancouver. And in the matter of a few hours, we cried together, laughed together, got angry at random objects together, you know, and just had that friend bonding moment that we needed, you know, to kick this film off. And now we're closer than kneecaps, you know.
That's pretty close.
See some close kneecaps.
Yeah.
Dacre, what inspired you to do that so early in the game and say, we got to get this team together and do that? Was that you just sort of channeling like...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd been...
Jason, yeah.
No. I could play it off like that. I don't know. I come from drama school and a class of 18 for 3 years. We did everything together. It was very collaborative. And we touched down, you know, in Vancouver, and all of us had left home and come to this one spot. And I was like, I really want to meet these people. And we had a really important script read the next day with all of the execs and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, why not have us all in one room in one space and just be able to go and not be inhibited by, you know, what anybody else is thinking of our reads, or especially for me, my accent, putting on an American accent. And then it was such good company, which was so good because we shot, and I keep saying in all these interviews, almost chronologically, right? So even though we'd developed that friendship at the start, we were able to cultivate a bit of a repertoire over the 3 and 4 months. So by the time the, you know, pivotal, you know, life-changing scene happens, there, you know, that was all, we had already been written into our relationships. So we were all there emotionally, and it was really nice. And then we became friends and haven't stopped being closer. Yeah, literally. And it's been so lovely, I think, and the prospect of working together again, we're all very, very excited about, because because we do get along so well, I think there's definitely a general consensus that we're like family now, and hopefully people like the film enough to sort of want a sequel, I guess. Yeah.
Well, for sure, I think that momentum's going to be there, and there really is. You can tell that you guys put that time into it, and there is a very organic sort of bonding that happens amongst you guys. Telling your stories about when you got that call, there was a lot of excitement. Was there ever any, like even like a tinge of hesitation because of the gravity of taking on this kind of franchise with this legacy and with this fan base and stuff like that, or was it just jump right in?
I mean,
feel free to jump around on that.
For me, like, when I spoke to Dean, the director, we had Skype again. It's all Skype. That's how everything happens now.
This interview brought to you by Skype.
Yes, this is interview with Skype. We're sponsored. No, we're not. Yeah, no. Like, what was the question again?
Was there any? Were you scared at all?
So there wasn't. No. So I mean, for me, was that? When
She's infamous for that.
I am.
What was the question?
Yeah, I do ask that all the
okay.
time. I forget. No, for me, honestly, as an actress, I feel like my responsibility is to the role of Kimberly, right? So that's how I view it. And the fact that it's an origin story is, I think we're all connected to the character as opposed to like the iconic like suit. All of that really fun, iconic stuff is built into the script. For me, like, I was just focusing on Kimberly. Like, who's Kimberly? She's, you know, a teenage girl. That's literally what I focus on. And the rest is just, it's all there. Like, that's not, yeah.
I think to add to that, I think what was really interesting, of course, everyone's like, do you feel the pressure? Do you feel the pressure? And we are very aware of what an established franchise Power Rangers is and what an imprint it's left on people and their childhoods. And we've seen it in so many different ways. But I think what made us so excited about this as actors is that this is a reimagination. We're not here to replace anything, to step into anyone else's shoes, but to take inspiration from what was so iconic about Power Rangers, which was the unity, the diversity, and take that and then have so much more creative space and creative freedom to build these characters in a different way than we've ever seen them before. I think what's great about this movie is that you don't meet us as superheroes in the first 10 minutes. Like, we have to work hard for it. And even then, just like any teenager, you figure out who you are. We have to figure out how to be superheroes. And so I feel like there's a lot more depth and layers to these characters, and I feel like you are meeting them for the first time, although their names do sound familiar.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it was Dean specifically or the producers that said it, but the Breakfast Club was sort of something they were channeling big on this.
Yeah,
right?
and I think to sort of relate to that, it's really interesting. I don't know about what everybody watching thinks, but I haven't seen many superheroes lately that are a coming-of-age story, like Breakfast Club, you know? It's fundamentally 5 teenagers that meet in detention. They don't like each other, and then they sort of form this unlikely bond through the common goal, I guess, of saving Angel Grove. And but it's really interesting to sort of watch it come together. And I think coming of age stories are uniquely relatable in the sense that it's universal themes. Like, everybody in this room and most of the people watching have been through their teenage years or are going through them and growing into men and women. And that journey is so confusing. It's so like, I remember being a teenager and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know where I was going, and everything's heightened, all of your emotions, and I think that's really interesting to watch. And then to plug the superhero element into that, the spectacle that everybody goes to the cinema for at the moment, all the Marvel and DC world stuff, to combine the two together, I think is unique in its own right. Yeah.
For sure, and there is something fun about that idea of like having a person in that heightened state and all this stuff, and then asking them to drive a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex robot and be cool with that.
Yes.
Like that's a tough balance to strike. And you guys do a great job in there. I'm wondering if you saw or brought any of your high school self to your character to sort of
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You want to go around?
So when I mean, it's been a while since I've been in high school.
What?
But then luckily enough, we shot in Vancouver. So I went to the last few years, my high school in Vancouver. Before the shoot started, I got in beforehand to hang out with my mom. And then I kind of went to my old high school and just sat outside the office for a while. And these 2 kids came by, and they're like, funny when in New York, actually, because they're like, are you new here? So I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, yeah, I just transferred here from New York, you know? Like, is the school all right? Show me around. Like, is the food good or not, right? So then, like, they were showing me around the cafeteria. It wasn't until 2 of my old teachers came by, and they're like, Ludi, how, are you still here? Like, what's wrong with you, right? So I was found out then, but like it really brought back memories of my high school, my old high school, how I was like in high school, and how kids are like now, because I got to hear like all their gossip and what they're talking about these days, and it's wildly different than when I went to school. And that relates to this
Understatement
movie.
of the century.
Yeah, exactly. So that relates to this movie, how we're trying to bring this franchise back and make it more relatable to the kids these days so they can understand it, so they can relate to at least one of the characters and see what it's like to put themselves in these kids' shoes, and then how when they come together they can complement each other and do something better.
RJ, you were seeming to agree heavily when I suggested that maybe some of your like high school self was there. Did you have any cool stories?
Definitely. But what? Yeah. To be honest, it's a lot of Billy stuff, right? That just came from RJ. You know, in certain situations in high school that I handled, just like Billy handles stuff in the movie. You know, and one thing I did bring, from my high school into this character was my friend Andre, right? So he was in band with me and everything. And since Billy is on the spectrum in this movie, in this rendition of Power Rangers, it was cool to be able to, hit him up and just talk to him, because I wanted that raw viewpoint. I didn't want any, notations of what I had being on the spectrum was to, come out in Billy in any way, because that's just, a really bad way of doing it. And so I was like, no, let's be truthful to her. And so that was good to have that, other than the weird eating habits of this character. Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about, because we're quickly running out of time, and I got to go to audience Q&A in a second, and I promise that I will. But you have, alongside you guys, some amazing voice talent, Elizabeth Banks just goes for broke in this one. But also, I know Zordon, the role doesn't necessarily lend itself to Cranston being on set a lot, but did you have any chances to work with or meet or talk to Brian at all? Maybe even in the press going around, you met him?
Am I the only one that's met him?
Yeah.
Okay, so he is like the nicest. I'm like setting myself up. He's the nicest guy. I was actually in New York, and we were staying at the same hotel, and I was like outside chatting to some people, I don't know, and he walked in, and I was like, Brian, and then like he turned around. This is like after the movie, and I kind of looked at him, and I was like, crap, he doesn't know who I am, and I was like, and so I was like, but he's so nice, by the way, that like even no matter who I was, he's like so polite. So he was like, hey, and I was like, I'm in the movie. I'm the pink one. Like that's like literally what I said to him, and he was like, oh, of course. Yeah, so he was like so nice. That was my one and only. Yeah, and I was just like, why did I say that? Like I'm the pink one. I don't know.
And although we didn't get to work with him much, like on set or anything, I think because Zordon was kind of this like, who's it gonna be? The whole time we were filming, we'd had jokes like, what would his accent be? Is he gonna have an accent, or is he gonna be, Naze was like, he's Indian, and you wouldn't be like,
you would be the Power Ranger.
And so it was really cool because you don't know who this person's going to be. And we're looking, in the movie as characters, we're looking to this person for guidance. And it's like, man, we want to make sure that this person. And so when we were told that it was going to be Brian, there was like this mutual excitement of like, wow. And just the history that it goes back, him having been affiliated with the whole thing.
Show and played a couple of the characters back in the day. How late in the process did you guys find out it was Brian? Like, were you acting against?
It was towards the end. We had other voice actors for Alpha 5 and Zordon on set. And then, towards the end, and they were like, oh, and then there was the correlation to him in the original series, and it just slotted in well. And I think the producers and the casting director were looking for somebody that would be the perfect fit. And throughout the filming process, it was kind of like Becky said, it was like we were wondering, and then it was like Brian towards the end, and we were like, this is perfect, and we were glad they held out.
I'm sorry, Bill Hader as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Bill Hader is amazing. I'm like such a fan. I kind of fangirled when I met him at the press conference. I was like, I think you're great. But yeah, he was so great as well, and he just added his little spice. I loved him.
Did he recognize you when you said you were the pink one? Did he at least know who you were?
Yeah, I think he did. I think we were good. I was like, pink? No, he knows.
Awesome. He's incredible in this movie, and he even is able to deliver some of those like campy lines, but like it works within the context of this film. Just his voice fits that character so nicely. The sign's telling me audience Q&A. We're going to turn there in a second. I want to do one last thing. As I said, Power Rangers, the franchise, the story, it's been around for longer than some of us have been alive, and more people in this room. There's so many incantations of this show. I wanted to go through real quick. I'm going to name a couple of them. You got to tell me if it's a real or fake version of the Power Rangers.
Oh,
Mighty Morphin
RJ's
Power
so ready.
Gangsters.
All right?
I
All right.
was
Ready?
born ready.
Now, Ludi, I know you've got deep knowledge, so you're probably going to break this whole thing down. But let's give it a go.
A bit off
Give it a
more
go.
than I can chew.
These aren't that deep of cuts. All right, I think we can do it. First one's
All right,
pretty easy.
You got to help me out on
Figure it
this
out
one,
right
RJ.
I got you, big homie.
You ready? First one.
right.
Power Rangers Zeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, that is real. That is real. Okay. Power Rangers Ninja
going,
Rescue
yeah.
Thunder.
Nope.
Ninja rescues Thunder.
Good job. That was a combination of Lightspeed Rescue and Dino Thunder, so you picked that out right
You're
away.
trying to cheat us right
So far,
now.
favorite. Okay, let's mix it up. I'm going to do
Confusing
3.
us.
One of them's real. You ready? Okay. Power Rangers Dino Charge, Power Rangers Dino Supercharge, or Power Rangers Mega Dino Charge Super.
Mega Dinosaur.
Last one. That's the. How'd you find out about the name? That's the next
Wait,
series that's
wait.
coming out.
Wait, what are we saying the last one is?
Say
No,
him
it's
again.
Dino Charge.
Say him again so they can hear it one more.
Okay, here we go. One more time.
Wait,
Power Rangers Dino Charge,
that's the real one.
That's
Power
real. I know
Rangers
that.
Dino Supercharge,
Yes.
Not.
and
No?
Power Rangers Mega Dino Charge Super.
Those last two
Oh,
aren't.
there's
no,
two
it's
that
not.
aren't, and there's
It's
one
the-
that is.
The first
It's
one
Dino
You
Charge.
gotta give us
Dino
something.
Charge
Okay,
is right.
you know what? That was a trick question. I wanted to say all
What?
2 of them are right. Okay, 2 of them are right. One of them, I just heard a yes in the crowd.
2 of
I'm
them
glad
are
you guys
right.
are playing
The
along at
first
home.
two.
Yeah.
The
I'm
first
enjoying- this
two,
is really
right?
fun.
Yeah.
There was like, they're a
The first 2
disgrace.
So
are in
happy
fact
right now.
correct. You
Good
guys
job.
nailed it.
Good job.
He was like, yeah.
Totally. No, you nailed it.
I
You
had
nailed
that
it.
right,
Okay,
just
man,
saying.
a few
No,
more-
this
a few
guy
more.
nailed it. This
Yeah.
guy nailed it.
He was hype, big fella.
All right. Power Rangers SVU.
Wait.
I like that.
I think that's something we should
That's
make
a-
the
that's-
sequel.
I don't know.
Special Victims Unit.
All right.
Billy.
To be fair,
I don't even know what that is.
it was Power Rangers. The real one is SPD.
Yeah.
But would you not pay an infinite amount of money to watch Ice-T walk around in the Power Rangers universe?
I would.
Just like,
I would
wouldn't.
rather
You know
see
what I'm saying?
Wesley Snipes. I would rather see Wesley Snipes because he don't even got to wear a visor, you know?
All right, last one is the easy one. Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Yes, that's one.
I really thought
100%
that
real.
was
That's 100%. I thought that was amazing. Guys, we're going to turn it over to audience Q&A. Thank you for
Yes.
playing this
Thank you.
ridiculous
Thank
game with
you.
me that I've concocted. We have a microphone.
My
We're going to go to the
beautiful
microphone
people.
first. Right here, microphone.
Hello.
I've got the question.
Hey, how you doing?
My name's Albert. Huge
What's
fan.
up, Albert?
I just met Jason David Frank 2 weeks ago here in New York.
Hey.
I'm
Have
so
you,
psyched.
have you started breathing again yet? Or you still?
I might be making an iPhone app for him, so I'm excited. But anyways, I got
Congratulations, bro.
Anyways, a big fan. I'm just curious. I'm fascinated by your background as actors. You guys are so diverse from all different parts of the world. Like to hear do you guys get to travel to each other's homes? Show each other around in different countries.
Not yet,
Good question. We
really.
haven't been asked that.
I mean, we were just in Mexico,
Well,
the
what's
motherland for
interesting
me, so
is-
that was cool.
We when we were filming, we actually all our family came to visit us at one point or another. We on Thanksgiving, we had this huge family feast at
Moms,
Naomi's
mostly
home. We
moms.
played
Yeah.
we played board games and stuff. So we met each other's family, but we haven't had the chance to go to each other's individual home
I've been to
bases yet.
Becky's
I've been to
house.
RJ's. His mum cooks a main feast.
I went to Becky's and we had your mum made empanadas.
Yes.
And oh my gosh.
They were
Your
so
mum
good.
just made some amazing stuff. I
It was
ate
good.
so much on that day.
And one more quick question. Will there be a music collaboration between Naomi and Becky?
I mean, you know what I think is so cool? Because I'm a true believer in that stuff can't be forced. So just because we're both singers,
I agree.
I think what's great, especially as an artist, we work a lot, right? We want to be able to share our passions without feeling that pressure to be and we have to get in the studio and write a hit smash. And so the day that it does happen, because I'm sure it will,
Be
because we
organic.
do collab as far as we're on the same wavelength when it comes to music. It will be really special, but there's nothing in the works right now. We just hum.
There's no
while we
Power
work.
Ranger theme song, everyone. You can calm down.
Go Power Ranger.
No, it's not.
Got it.
And there it is, and that's all that you'll get for a
The
long
internet-
time.
But don't be fooled. The internet will take that, it will loop it, and that will
will.
become a
Yeah,
remix.
oh,
It's going to be
Remix
trashed out by
remix.
next week by
Already done.
Flastrodamus.
Wait, is the next question on this side or?
Microphone right here.
Hello.
Hey, awesome to see you all. Thanks for coming, and congrats on the movie again.
Thank you.
I wanted to say, first off, it's really refreshing as an upcoming actress myself, seeing new faces being put into iconic roles. It's really cool. I just wanted to say that what made the Power Rangers really special to young adults and even children was that it was more tangible because there was young people playing these super mega awesome people. So I wanted to know from each of y'all, what were some people growing up, like superheroes or not, that really inspired you?
Great question.
I would have to. No, you can go.
Go ahead.
I would just have to say my mom and my papa.
I was gonna say that too. My parents. Well, that was something me and RJ had.
Those are my superheroes, right? So growing up, we ain't really have much, right? And I know that sounds like the best Denzel Washington line ever, right? But to be honest, we didn't. You know, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, so it's like if you born in Jacksonville, Florida, you're gonna die in Jacksonville, Florida, and that's just it. And so it's just like going through this whole, struggle of what we call life, just watching my parents battle with everything and never, me and my brothers, we never went hungry. We never, seen, the bad side of it. As parents, they were my superheroes and they still are to this day,
I can say the same for myself.
My mom. Yeah, big shout out to you, mom.
Shout out to all the lovely parents out there.
I feel like everyone's
Our
using the
mamas
parent
and
card now.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you do now? Do you say parents
I
too?
know,
You can't
right?
not
Like,
say
what do I
parents
do?
because then.
I'll say Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
Turn up,
parent.
I ain't kidding.
Nailed it.
When I was growing up, I do think my mom's a superhero now, but I think when I was growing up, I didn't understand how much she actually sacrificed for me. I do understand now, so love you, Mom. She's coming to the premiere. That's going to be exciting. But for me, I can relate to your question because for me, as growing up, the superhero was always myself because I always thought I had superpowers. When you're a kid, you're like, if I just think hard enough, I can just move that maybe a little bit. And then the breeze comes and that tissue moves. You're like, yes, I have it, right? Because that's imagination. That's the kid's imagination. And for us to give them something to relate to, all the better.
Awesome. I believe we have time for one more question. The microphone right there.
Hey guys, I'm really excited to see the movie. So I'm wondering if we're lucky enough to see a Green Ranger in the sequel, who do you guys think should play him?
So I always had this thought. that the Green Ranger.
Listen, let me tell you. I got you.
What's my favorite, right? So I always had this thought. They may not agree. They may agree. Some hardcore fans may not agree, right? But I think that the Green Ranger could potentially, it would be very cool if he was a she. Yes. Like it was a girl Green Ranger. Because Tommy could be a girl's name.
Tamisha.
Tommy, Tomboy, Ponytail. And then it'd be an even team, 3 versus 3. It all makes sense.
Becky knows who I would say. Becky, who would I say?
Meryl Streep.
There it is.
She can play anything. Absolutely.
Yes.
They know me so well.
That one's
I'm so proud.
To everything.
Meryl
You've
Streep.
heard it here, guys. Meryl Streep is the next Tommy
Is the
Oliver.
next
It's going
Tommy
to happen.
Oliver.
Tamisha.
Tamisha. Meryl Streep is Tamisha Oliver, yeah.
That would be so good.
Guys,
That's like watching Will
as
Ferrell
much
play
fun as we're having here talking to them, that's how much fun and more this movie was. Honestly, you are right to be as excited as you are. Power Rangers in theaters March 24th. Everybody join me one more time in thanking Dacre Montgomery, Naomi Scott,
Thank
RJ Tyler,
RJ, let's go.
Becky G. Thank you guys.
Thank you.